is like the best and the biggest way to promote that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. It seems simple, and honestly, when I first started the business, I truly felt like that this part probably wasn't near as big of a deal as every single leader said. But it's kind of funny whenever you haven't promoted or you haven't been in a business like this before and you don't think things are important to do that other people are telling you that you need to do. I'm like, well, it's not that big of a deal, or I'm a really positive person, so it's not going to make that big of a difference for me. But I'm telling you, honestly, this has been the biggest difference in my business. It's been the biggest difference of when I've promoted and when I've not. And even whenever I haven't promoted, it's been the biggest difference about how I've felt about my business in general. So I'm going to tell you guys the fastest way to promote and the way to stay in this business for a really long time and the way to make the most money with this business is personal development. It's all right here in your mind. This business is not hard. I tell people all the time, you just choose your hard. Tonight we were at dinner with my family, or with Matt's family, and we had to cut it short. Like, we ate dinner and we're like, we're so sorry we have to eat dinner and run, but Jamie has a Zoom tonight. So yes, that could have been a hard decision. You know, like, we had to leave early from something that we normally would have stayed later at, but I was the one that was able this morning. Last night, Ada was complaining whenever she would go to the restroom. This morning, she was still complaining. I called, made an appointment. Come to find out, we've caught a UTI super early for her. But I was the one able to make an appointment, take her straight to the doctor with her complaints. It was like I did not have to, somebody didn't have to call me while I was at work and me be stressed out and me take PTO and all the stuff that I've had to do before whenever I've worked at other jobs. But she was complaining. I called, got an appointment. We went straight in, and it was not a big deal. So my point with that is you have to choose your hards. There are some hards to this business, like leaving something early to catch a Zoom, or actually listening to a Zoom that was recorded, or to some personal development, messaging or asking people if they would like to try your product. That all seems really hard. And whenever you first start this business, that's probably the hardest part about this business, is just starting. And you have to start somewhere. Everybody started with the same exact $99 kit. Those of you that have gotten something extra, like extra products, or you got in at a cheaper time, you got more than what I got whenever I started. I started with the plain regular $99 kit. In fact, they didn't even have the fab wrap or defining gel. I got a box of 4 wraps, and that was all I got, with some Blitz cards. So if you got anything extra than that, you got more than what I started with. But when I started this business, I knew in my head, like, I had to have, like, this had to work for me. There was no other options. So I told myself, this has to work every single day. Like, every day, people would tell me this wasn't going to work. This was a scam. They weren't going to be a part of that scam. Just all kinds of different things that people would tell me. And I honestly, it would bother me a little bit, but I let it roll off and I moved to the next person, because I knew if I needed this so bad, and I listened to other testimonials of people that needed this just as bad as I did, then there were other people. I was not the only person that needed an extra $500 a month. In fact, it's rare that you find somebody that literally just does not need the money. It's almost impossible to find somebody that doesn't want to make extra money, especially from their phone. But where this business is hard is here. Whenever people say it doesn't work, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, which, first of all, they're extremely uneducated in that area. And now I just know I do not argue with stupidity. And I'm like, you're just uneducated. It's perfectly fine. It's okay, you know. But whenever I first started, I also was uneducated on network marketing and didn't know exactly how it all worked. And it will get in your head. But how you talk to yourself every single day, and the personal development that you do. On our daily 6, I will post some sort of personal development for you to do every single day, or at least the 5 days, Monday through Friday. a personal development for you to do. The reason why is because if you get in 10 to 15, 20 to 30 minutes of personal development every day, it does not have to be an hour. I also used to think personal development equaled reading books. I do not have time every single day to sit down and read. I probably could fit some time for that in there somewhere, but at this point in my life, I not every single day. I do like to read. I like to do devotionals, things like that. I might get in a chapter or two. It takes me way longer to read a book before I had my kids. So if you love reading, you enjoy it, you have time for it, yes, read some personal development. But I thought that's what you had to do whenever I first started, was read. So I got no personal development in. And I learned really quickly whenever a lot of people had started talking that were at the top of the company, and they were saying things like, it's in your head, you've got to get personal development, you've got to know how you're talking to yourself, it keeps you focused, it keeps you where you're going. I thought, I've got to get some personal development in some way. I found some super awesome things. One way was YouTube. You can YouTube anything you're going through, honestly. YouTube is, Mel Robbins talks about it all the time. If you are unsuccessful at anything, it's because of your own fault, because there's a YouTube video to show you how to do absolutely everything in the world. And that's so true. But I learned quickly that I could hop on YouTube and listen to 10, 15, 20 minutes of a personal development. I would listen to it while I'm taking a shower, listen to it while I'm getting ready in the mornings, if I'm fortunate enough to be able to get ready by myself without my kids all over me. I'll listen to it then. Sometimes I'll wait till my kids go to bed at night, and I'll hop in the bathtub and I'll listen to some personal development while I'm doing some work. So I get my personal development in any way that I can. Another way that I found a podcast. I posted a podcast today of Cammie, and that's the personal development that I posted for you guys. She has her podcast that's really, really good. There are several others that have really good podcasts as well. But getting on and getting that personal development in is so, so important, because this business is hard here. Like physically, there's no physical labor in it whatsoever, except sometimes your thumbs will get really sore from messaging people and talking to people. But as far as everything else about this job, it's so easy. You can do everything that we do laying down, but you have to just simply start, and you have to do it. And sometimes we talk to ourselves so much that we talk ourselves out of doing things that will completely change our lives. So the only and the best and the biggest, the fastest way to promote is personal development. It's what you're telling yourself. And to know where you're going. I knew I had to go Ruby, or I had to get a job. Those were the only two options that were open on the table for me. When I knew those things, I did not know how to post to social media. I had never done anything like this before as far as posting. I had went with another company before. I did nothing with it at all. So it's my fault that the company didn't work. It's not the company's fault that it didn't, but I did nothing with it. So as far as knowing how to be a network marketer, I did not. I had no confidence in that area. All I knew was that there were people saying they were making like $6,000 a month, which was my personal upline. And she was saying she made $6,000 a month. And I'm like, first of all, I think she's lying. But second of all, if she really is making that kind of money, then I can make $500 a month and stay home with my babies. Like, that's all I thought. So know where you're going. I had to go Ruby in order to stay home, and know why you're going there. Mine was to be a stay-at-home mom with my kids. If you don't have a strong why, you will not stick. So I've had people tell me before, like, I want to go Ruby so bad. I hope I go Ruby. Like, those are already outs right there. Like, I didn't say I want to go and I hope I go. I said, I'm going Ruby at the end of this month. I will talk to and tell anybody about this business that I have to. I'll do whatever my upline tells me to do, because I am going Ruby, because I am going to be a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not going to go back to work. Like, that's just the way that I spoke. That's what I said. I spoke that over myself and didn't even realize at the time how important that was. But I went Ruby my first 30 days because I did that. So I knew where I was going, and I knew why I was getting there. Like, that's exactly what I knew. And know those two things. Write them down, speak them, post them, tell them. Right now, if you are eligible for $1,000 bonus, you should be telling everyone you know, oh my word, I'm getting $1,000 bonus with this company at the end of this month. And you need, like, if you want a part of it, then you need to join me as soon as possible, because you have till the end of June to qualify for this. So people need to join you now, like ASAP. They should have joined you yesterday. So people need to join you as soon as possible to help you get there, and for you to be able to help them get there. So I called every single person that I knew that needed extra money. I talked to a friend of mine that really didn't need any extra money, but her mom did, and I knew her mom did. So I actually talked to her about her mom and asked her to talk to her mom, and she signed up, and then her mom signed up so that she could help her mom. I talked to my mom. I knew that my mom had nothing except a brick and mortar store. She had no retirement, and she cannot keep serving ice cream out the window at 75. So it was like, I know that you're going to have to retire at some point in time. She's not close to 75 yet. But I'm like, I know you're going to have to retire at some point in time. You can't stand on your feet for the rest of your life. You're already in your 50s. Time goes fast. You're going to be in your 60s. You're still going to be working open to close at the store, and you're still going to be on your feet. Like, you need something for retirement. If you started this business now with me, I will help you with your business. Just tell people about it everywhere you go. Everybody that you talk to, just let them know what you have and what you have to offer, what products you have to offer. Talk to your friends and family, and we'll start out your business. And even if you go really slow, it's perfectly fine, because eventually in the next few years, we'll have you a team built up enough to where you can eventually retire, and you can have something to fall back on. So that's exactly what she did. So that's the same thing for you guys. You know somebody that owns their own business, moms that are cleaning houses, or people that are cleaning houses. Cleaning houses is like the hardest job, bar none, that I've ever been a part of or seen that people do. I mean, that's almost like manual labor, especially for like a woman, but you're down on your knees, you're standing up, like getting down. People that have cleaned houses, most of you probably have cleaned your own house. You know that it's hard work. It's not easy to do. And so, people that clean houses. And by that, you could even let them know, like, they're already an entrepreneur. If they go out and clean houses, they already know how a business works. They already know that they do not get 20 houses to clean the first week that they started. It takes time. It takes time to get your name built up. But people out there that might be doing something like that, and just message them, hey, I have $1,000 bonus to offer. You'll get it paid out over the next few months. You're going to be making, $300 to $500 a month once you get to that spot. It only takes 5 people to join you, if you know of 5 people, and then we'll help those 5 get their customers. If you get 4 customers in your first 30 days, you're going to get a $100 shopping spree. So that alone is going to pay more than pay for your product, or for you joining. Besides your product that you've got is going to pay for you joining. Just letting other people know, like, where you're going. I'm going to make this, and you came to mind, and I thought of you. Be genuine. Letting other people know exactly where you are and how you have felt and how you feel about it. Like, it's not all about being fake and posting all this stuff all of a sudden that you really don't know how to post. You're not comfortable with posting about it. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're just doing whatever you can do, and I applaud anybody that just does that. But I am telling you guys, you are a person. Your friends know you. Your family knows you. They know what type of person that you are and what type of heart that you have. And they know that you're not out there just to scam and to get, some people are going to be like, well, that's a pyramid and I'm not going to join, or they'll use an excuse of, there's a million excuses. I don't have time. I don't have the money, whatever. People that have excuses, it's fine. I just bypass them. I I have an answer for every excuse, but I don't have to sit there and tell it to them, because honestly, if you keep coming up with excuses to me, you're going to continue to come up with excuses of why you can't work your business. And that's not the kind of people that I'm going to help get to Ruby. I help people get to Ruby that have entrepreneur mindsets, that are wanting to do something different with their lives. They're wanting more out of life, and they're willing to do it. So just move on from those people. These are just some ideas of people that I personally thought of within my first month, that I knew they needed an extra income. They had no retirement, or they were a stay-at-home mom and they kept wanting to stay home with their kids. They were a friend in college that wanted extra money. Most of the time, college kids get the worst jobs, and they're actually the best network marketers. They already know how to network. They already know how to post. They already know about all the cool apps. They already know all that stuff. And they're already used to taking selfies. They're a selfie generation. Like, it's a little bit younger than what I am, I think. But they already know how to do all that kind of stuff. And they are the best candidate for a network marketer. The ones that get in it and actually quit caring about what their friends say or their friends think, and they start doing this, they end up making the most money the fastest. And like I said, the reason why is they're already network marketers. They're already network marketing. They just didn't realize that that's what they were doing by making all these friends and hanging out with all these people on social media, which is pretty much what we do. So those are some people that are just some ideas of people that you could message or you could talk to. Whenever you post, if you're in this range, posting about that kind of stuff. But you guys, staying true to who you are and finding yourself. That's what this business has done for me the most. So personal development has honestly, this business helped me. I got with a team of entrepreneur women and men with like minds. They had like minds of me and Matt. They thought like we did. They wanted to give like we did. They wanted more out of life like we did. And we just met up with them. And I'm like, my goodness, some of them were people that I looked up to and that had already been doing amazing things in the business. And then some of them were people that I ended up attracting through my post, and they joined my business. And so by that being said, like, there were so many people that we came in contact with that I realized I found who I was and my passions, and it was helping. So my passions was all about helping everybody. And I didn't even realize that I was able to do that by doing something like this. Like, I had no clue. Staying home and being a stay-at-home mom was my number one. Like, that's all I wanted. And so by being able to do that, I was able to meet other people that felt the exact same way I did. That alone helps so much in your mindset, is whenever you find a passion. People started messaging me about feeling better, about growing hair back when they had tried all kinds of other products, about losing weight whenever they normally were not able to lose weight. And I've had people say stuff to me before as well. And you might get these. I'm just going to tell you guys. So people have told me before some obstacles I've come up against. Well, we had somebody tell us one time, we're like, well, you can lose weight by eating right, and they just need to quit eating like they've been eating, and they need to do this, this, and this. I'm like, well, first of all, your genetics are obviously different than what some people's are, but some people have serious, like, honestly have health issues. And they can't lose weight. I've had people on my team start taking the greens and taking my products, and for the first time in their life, feeling good enough to actually be able to do something like go walking to improve their health. That makes me feel good about myself, because I'm like, you know what? There are some people that are just, they're sick. They have hyperthyroid, they have this or they have that. And I mean, they tell me about these different things, and they start on my products and they actually feel good and good enough to where they can start helping themselves to be able to diet and exercise and do the things that they need to do to get healthier. But it starts from the inside out and makes us healthier. And so to be able to have those things, I highly, highly recommend getting on a product that you cannot live without. Like loving something. I got on our skincare. I had been on a lot of skincare, very expensive skincare. I saw immediate difference in my skin. And that, I mean, it was just exciting, and other people noticed it, and it was awesome. Our greens, I've always been super sickly, was able to get on those greens, and I have an incredible testimony about the greens. Now there's other products I've added that I just feel like I cannot live without them. I told them, I was like, oh my gosh, I only have a few keto energy sticks left. I had mailed some out, and I'm like flipping out because I did not want to pay for the most expensive shipping, but I guess I'm going to have to because I have to have them. If I don't have a keto energy every day, I have to have it now. So getting a product that you absolutely love, because honestly, that seals the deal in your mind. And it's just like, I would consider that personal development. It seals the deal in your mind where people see a difference in you. But if you feel a difference and you see a difference and you know a difference in you and in people that you know, no one can argue with the fact that it doesn't work. I mean, people have told me before, like, oh, I've tried those wraps, they don't work. I'm like, oh, well, you didn't try them correctly, or you didn't try enough, or you didn't drink your water. Something happened, because I've tried them a lot of times and they work. And I put them on tons of people and they work. Yes, some people are extremely toxic and it takes more than one wrap. But if they did it correctly and they wrapped more than one time, if they measured or took pictures, they saw a difference. It's pretty crazy, but it really does work. But if I'd never tried it myself, I'd never put it on somebody and tried it on them, then I would not be able to tell them and have that in my mind, know for a fact that it works. So, so knowing that something works, that's also, it is, to me, it's like I would consider it personal development, is getting on a product that you love, trying products, and being able to tell other people, hey, this worked for me like this, or whenever you have a testimonial when you're able to say, hey, I tried this and this happened to me. Today, you guys were telling those testimonies, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's insane. That's absolutely amazing. No one can tell you keto coffee does not work and does not suppress your appetite whenever you're dropping pounds like crazy, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Just being able to get on those products and trying them, it just seals the deal even more in your mind. So whenever, the only part that's hard for us is in our mindset, whenever somebody says something, you're like, I've already done this, like been there, done that. These products are amazing. I love them, and this is what I cannot live without. And you're able to tell about it, and it excites you. How you talk to yourself is the biggest thing in the business. Okay, so say you're going to do a post or send out a message, and you're like, you tell yourself while you're messaging, and I mean, it's really honestly insane that it works like this, but it really does. I promise you guys, this is the way it is. So like, you're messaging somebody and you're like, she's not going to join my team. Don't know why I'm sending these messages anyways. No one wants my product. No one wants to buy from me. And you're sending out a message asking people if they'll be a product tester for you, because you need product testers, and you're messaging and you're being personal and you're being real. I'm not saying you're spamming people. I'm just saying you're messaging people that you know, and you're like, hey, uncle, I know you're trying to lose weight. I know you're on the keto diet. Would you mind testing my ketones for me for 3 months and giving me a personal testimony on it? But whenever you're messaging, you're like, I know my uncle's going to say no, this and that. Every once in a while, you'll get a yes. But I'll be honest with you, more often than not, what you say to yourself and how you speak to yourself is going to happen. When you tell yourself, no one wants my products, no one wants to try it, no one wants to join me in my business, and you're telling yourself all this stuff, people really are not going to join you. As soon as you change your mind, I tell you guys, smile when you're messaging somebody, smile when you're posting, and be so excited. Just be like, oh my word, like, everybody wants to join me. I'm so excited. And like, while you're messaging, like, smile the whole time and be so pumped up. You guys, you will be surprised at the people that are like, yes, I want to join you. Yes, like, you're exciting. You're this, you're that. Like, people have messaged me before. I had a girl not too long ago, and she messaged me and she's like, I really am scared to do this, but you're so real. She said, you're like a real person. And I'm like, yeah, girl, it's me for real. I'm a real person. And so whenever she said that, she said, I follow all these people that are network marketers and they seem so fake. Like nothing seems real. She's like, whenever I talked to her on the phone, she wanted to do a phone call with me. And she's like, you're acting like the same person on the phone that you do that post or when you do lives. And she said, when you do lives about your family or your kids, she's like, it's the same way as whenever you do a live about your business. Like you're just a normal, real person. And you're not trying to be fake and put on some sort of vagueness. And I'm like, when she said that, she didn't realize she was giving me, I don't feel like I think she was just letting me know, like she was surprised I was a real person. But when she said that for me, she gave me such a big compliment. And the reason why is because I thought, I'm so glad she said that because I worry about stuff like that. And I tell myself, like, people probably think that I just am posting this because I want to grow my team or I want to make more money or it's all about me. And I try so hard not to make it that way. And whenever she told me, she's like, I want to join you because you're so real. And it's just like, I feel like you really do want to help me. And I'm like, that's exactly how I want to come across, how I want to be. You guys, you do not have to post perfect. Your pictures do not have to be perfect. Everything that you do does not have to be perfect. You do not have to say all the right stuff. You simply have to start. You have to start somewhere. Every single person that has ever started on my team, including myself, did not start by doing everything like they do today in the exact right way. No one did. No one was able to post the way that they post. I mean, hopefully, if you are improving yourself, you post differently today than you posted a year ago, 2 years ago, and with me 3 years ago. So you just have to start somewhere, but you have to have your mind right to where you can actually start instead of saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I should do. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to post. I don't have the same story as Jamie or Savannah, Maria, or my upline. Like, I don't have that same story that they have. I can't post all that same stuff they post. So I don't really know. And you just never go anywhere. That's the hard part of this business. Get out of your mind. Say, I do not have their story today, but I'm going to have their story in a year. So in order for me to have the same story that they have and make the same money that they make, I'm going to start posting now and letting people know that this is what I have to offer. You're posting to help people that want this and need this as much as you do. Someone out there needs an extra income. Somebody's crying themselves to sleep. Somebody's not paying their utility bills. I've had people join me and tell me all kinds of things that were wrong. I've had people join me that were actual legitimate friends of mine. They went to church with me. I knew them very well. And they tell me stories of why they need to join. And I had like no idea that they were going through this. But I think back and no one knew that I was going through anything either. We don't post about all the hard times that we have. And so a lot of times people don't know that. And you don't have to post about that until you get to a victory point and you're able to do things with it. But at the same time, you have to start somewhere in order to change your situation. If you're in a situation you don't want to be in, then you've got to develop your mind. You've got to develop your mind and you've got to let yourself know, like, this is where I'm going. This is why I'm getting there. And I'm going to talk to myself like that's where I'm going and where I'm going to be. I tell myself all the time I'm an ambassador. Like, I'm not even a triple diamond yet, which I'm going to be a triple diamond at the end of this month, already claimed. But when I first started this business and I was nothing but a distributor, I'm like, I'm going to ambassador level with this company. So the fact that it would take me a little bit to get somewhere, I mean, it'll be 3 years. It's been 3 years in April. And it'll have been 3 years with the business before I went triple. That's okay. Like, that is not a big deal to me, you guys, because that's not just where I'm going. I'm headed to ambassador. And if it takes me 2 to 3 more years to go to the next 2 levels, that's okay. I would have never promoted in any industry that I've been in and start at the very bottom, making nothing until I've made some sales. And within 3 years' time be able to bring home $10,000 a month. I would not have went anywhere and done that. So it's okay. Whatever your journey is, it's okay. You just have to know where you're going. If you want to make a lot, if you want to make a little, if you want to really do this, if you're back and forth, you have to decide here. As long as you're giving yourself an out, like, I would like to go Ruby. I would like to get that bonus. But, you know, if I do, I do. If I don't, like, it would be nice. I want it, but, like, if you tell me you want something or you would like to have something, I'm already, like, you're not getting it. I know that by personal experience. You're not going to get it if you give yourself an out. When you say, I am going Ruby, I am doing this, who wants to do it with me? I only need 5 more people that want to make an extra $1,000 in bonuses plus $300 to $500 a month. Like, I need 5 people who wants more information. You better drop an emoji quick because these positions are going fast. And get them filled up, you guys. But the fastest way to promote is to talk to yourself positively, to tell yourself, I can do all things. If you're telling yourself you cannot do you can't do this, you're telling yourself the wrong thing. I can't do this equals fear and the devil winning. And that is the truth. The Bible said, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So if you're not telling yourself, I can do this, and God's going to give me the strength to do this, and he's going to show me how to do this, and he's going to get me to this and through this, then you're not telling yourself what God has already told you in his word. You're the head, not the tail. If you're struggling, it is not the will of God for you to struggle. It's the will of God for you to be the head, not the tail, to be above, not beneath. And you have to tell yourself those things that he put in his word for you to know. So in order for you to promote, and the fastest way to promote is to tell yourself that you can do all things and that you are going to learn how to do this. This is not always easy. It's not always easy whenever people are telling you no, or people are telling you, when people start putting stuff in your mind and you're listening to that, it will drown out what you really should be telling yourself. But if you're listening to personal development every day, you're getting in something and putting something in, reading the word of God, reading some personal development, Deuteronomy 28. That is just like, I love that passage. I read it all the time. Blessed going in, blessed going out, in the field, in the city. Like, it doesn't matter where I go. If I have a heart for God and want to do what he wants me to do, then I am blessed. So just keep that in mind, you guys. The fastest way to promote is you've got to tell yourself. You got to know where you're going, and you got to tell everybody where you're going. You are going what? I am going triple. Where are you going? Are you going Ruby? Some people on our team are, you're promoting to executives, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, double diamonds. We have all those people that are promoting on our team this month. But if you don't know where you're going and you're not telling yourself that's where you're going, then you're not going to get there. You've got to tell yourself, and when you start telling yourself that, you'll start telling other people that whenever you truly believe it. I've heard people say before, fake it till you make it, and I do not say fake it till you make it, because there's no reason to be fake about anything, but faith it till you make it. If you do not, you have to have the faith. You are going there. You are doing that. You are getting that. And have faith until you get there. That's where you are going. It's what you are doing. And so telling yourself where you're going. And then whenever you post, you message, you're talking to somebody on the phone, smile, be excited, be so pumped up. I seriously was like so pumped about making the Ruby bonus that it was a whirlwind, but I just promoted. Like, it just happened. But I was so excited about it that they say ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So somebody can know something all about every product, all about network marketing. They can bore you to death and tell you everything that they know about it, and they are smart and they know it. They know way more than me. I'm not a green personality at all. I'm very red. I'm very driven. And so I do not know all the rules and regulations. People will say, well, what if I don't know about all the products? I'm like, girl, I don't know about all the products. Product coach, hello. So, I mean, I don't know about every single thing that every person messages me either. I don't know every ingredient. I don't know the ingredients in pretty much hardly anything. I know that the New Energy has B12 and B6 because that's a big deal. And so I tell people that. But like, I do not know every product that's out there and everything about all of it. It's okay. No one knows about everything. Every pharmacist that gives you a medication, every doctor that does a medicine, he doesn't know everything that's in it. He just knows you've got this issue. This is what helps. So you guys just telling yourself, you know what? I do not care if somebody tells me no. I do not care if somebody makes fun of me. I do not care what anybody says about anything. I just know that I'm going Ruby. I'm getting a $1,000 bonus. I'm about to start making $300 to $500 a month. I am doing this. And I'm telling the world that I'm doing it, and I'm super excited. And if you have 5 spots left to promote, you need to be telling everybody, I only have 5 spots left, girl. This is going to go fast. I'm going to be making some money. You don't want me to be making money without you. I'm losing weight, or I'm feeling better, or I'm growing my hair, or whatever product that you're going to be doing, and tell them. And like, you do not want me to do this without you. So the fastest way to promote is to personally develop yourself and to have your mind developed. Like, have your mind ready and just ready to know exactly. You just have to know exactly where you're going. You have to feel it. Like, tell yourself, put it on paper. Just know where you're going and know why you're getting there. It has to be a strong why. I would imagine the daycare worker writing down how many times Evie ate and Evie went to the bathroom and handing it to me when I went to pick her up. You guys, I would literally start bawling thinking about that, okay? Because I worked at a daycare and I knew how it worked. And I'd been a stay-at-home mom ever since I had been a mom. And so I would literally start crying whenever I would think about somebody handing me that slip of paper that I used to hand people. And that was my why. Like, no one was handing me that sheet of paper and telling me they changed my baby. I was going to be the one to do it. Like, I can still start crying about it right now. I'm telling you, it still makes me extremely emotional. But that was my why, and no one was handing me that slip of paper, and I did whatever I had to do to not get that slip of paper handed to me. So I knew where I was going, but I knew why I was getting there at that point in time. Your why could be anything. You might not be as strong as what mine was. Mine was a super strong why for me. But it needs to be strong enough that it pulls deep emotions out of you. Like they say, if your why does not make you cry, it's not strong enough. It needs to be a deep emotion. Like, this is why I need $500 a month. This is why I need $300 a month. We need this because you might need diamond. You might not be able to make a huge difference in your family until you get to emerald or diamond. You might need that so bad, and you can do it. You can make it. You can get there. But you need to figure out what point of income that you need to be able to totally change your life and to be able to get that why that makes you so emotional and that you want. But it takes personal development. It takes talking to yourself positively. It takes knowing where you want to go and why you want to get there. That is what it takes to promote, you guys.